Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. I am Steve Boshear, and I will be your game master for the evening. Clockwise. Remember we said clockwise? Remember that? Jason.
I'm playing a bear.
My name's Cody. I'm playing the unhinged honey badger, which will be the brains of the operation. And my name is Alaska.
Yeah. Expert.
My name is Matt, and I am a inept grizzly. I'll be going by Yogi during this.
What is Yogi's role in the crew here?
He's a hacker. I'm not sure how, but I'll get by.
All right. And what about Shine?
Shine, I should have mentioned, is the incompetent muscle of this crew, and I'm a sun bear. Alrighty.
So, remind me again, Alaska, you are the brains?
Yes, wearing a cowboy hat.
So we have brains, muscle, and hacker. That's a decent crew for a heist. So, if you haven't figured it out by looking at the screen, we are playing Honey Heist tonight. This is our one shot. I challenge anyone to get more than a one shot out of Honey Heist. But yeah, we did this once before. I did this once before with a different crew before Tales from the Backlog was started. That was on a week off from our regular Friday stream, which is called Shadows of Arconia, for which this channel is named. You can watch us on Friday nights at Twitch or go over to our YouTube channel to find, as of right now, 64 episodes of that 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign that I've been running since the days of no quarantines. It was
those were rough days, though. I remember.
Well, early days were rough, but we had it dialed in right about episode 30, and then episode 31 we had to start playing remotely. So there you go. I got a table here. Nobody sits at it. What are you gonna do? Someday. So I want to let everyone know what Honey Heist is. This is a one-page RPG. It's called a one-page RPG, even though there's a player page and a Dungeon Master page. But it's called a one-pager because the original handwritten version of it did fit all on one page. It's by Grant Howitt, who wrote this in 2017. And the premise is very simple. It is HoneyCon, which is a thing, and you guys want to steal the honey. I am going to make one change to the premise as it's written right there. We are not in HoneyCon 2017. You guys are trying to rob HoneyCon 2021.
Well, it's a good thing everyone's wearing a mask. They can't tell that I have a muzzle, or a snout.
You guys have no face. Your group lacks a face. You also lack a driver, so you'll have to address that. And a thief, which is a problem since it's a heist.
Should have got more bears.
It's true.
In a way.
Hacker way for a driver.
All right. What I'd like to do is some introduction scenes. So I'm going to start with Alaska, the brains of the outfit. Why don't you tell us what you are doing, where you're at, what you're doing, as we meet you on a more or less regular day of your life?
Yeah. So, I don't know how honey badgers live in Washington. Also, I don't know why a honey badger named Alaska lives in Washington State, by the way. But, every day I go and I spend my morning at Pike Place Market hanging out with the Bronze Pig. So, those of you that have been there, too bad. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Sure don't.
And I go down there, and I just hiss at all of the tourists in Washington because they just muck up Pike Place, of course. Other than that, I look for opportunities to steal food from all the vendors. There's this great little donut shop, there's a little bakery, and since honey badgers don't care, I kind of don't wait for anyone to look away. I just steal in front of them, and they don't really stop me because I'm a honey badger.
All right. So while you are wandering the market square, and just a moment, sorry, I'm checking something real quick. While you are wandering the market square, you have occasion to leave the main area and head around a corner into a little alley you like to use to get clear of people and devour your spoils. But as you come into this alley, you find leaning up against the wall with one shoulder on the bricks and one hand going through a bag of trash for snacks, your old friend Nevada. He is an ancient honey badger with gray-white fur over most of his body, who taught you the art of the steal. And as you round the corner, he speaks without even looking at you. He says, "I knew you'd come through here, kid. You always come through here. You gotta change up your habits from time to time."
I know what I'm doing, old cat. Or old bear, I should say. I outsmart all these pigs out here. I know what I'm doing. I never get caught. And plus, who's gonna mess with a honey badger? I'm practically bulletproof. Look at me.
Here's the thing about being practically bulletproof. It means you're not bulletproof.
We'll find out.
You will indeed, because I've got some news for you. I don't come around just to say hi.
What is it?
4 years ago, there was a legendary robbery. A group of bears took all of the honey from HoneyCon 2017. And ever since that time, the honey lobby has made it their business to keep the location of every annual HoneyCon a secret. And I found out how they do it.
Yeah, you had to have one hell of a hacker on it.
Well, a hacker might help for your job. All I did was pick a few guys' pockets.
So where's it at? Should be simple with everyone wearing masks and the fact that it's all digital.
Well, that's the thing. HoneyCon is mobile. They have given up on the idea of a convention hall or a static location. They are holding their convention on a convoy of trucks traveling the I-10 across the United States. I can give you their schedule.
Do you already have other bears for the job?
No, sir. I know you've got your own crew of people you like to contact for these jobs. He tosses you a burner phone. He says, "Call me when you've got your crew together. You know I'd do this myself, but I'm old as hell and I'm liable to break a hip."
How am I supposed to dial this? I don't have opposable thumbs. Only limited range.
Use your claws. That's why it's a flip phone.
Oh. Alright, see you, old bear.
See ya. What kind of hat do you have, by the way, Alaska?
I got a cowboy hat on.
All right, honey badger with a cowboy hat. All right. So, you have your buddies that you can call. Who do you want to contact first? I'm going to say that you are going to go visit them in person. So let me know who you want to go see first.
All right. Odds was Yogi. I hope you're up for it.
All right, Yogi. Why don't you do the same as Alaska? Tell us where we find you on a typical day in Yogi's life.
I mean, generally, I'm just trying to hang out. I like to visit national parks, wrestle with the people that are there running the place, try to see if there's any picnic baskets that I might find some grub in.
This is brilliant, and I'll tell you why. When we ran this previously, Yogi and Boo Boo were the rival crew that Sarah threw at us as the twist in the middle of the game.
I saw that coming mentally, so I prepared.
So where are you right now? In a park?
Yeah, I normally just hang out in the middle of any national park.
All right.
I guess if we're in Washington right now, I don't know too many in Washington, but
Cody, what's a national park in Washington?
Rainier.
There you go. That's where you're at.
Yes. So I'm at Rainier, just trying to see who's bringing the good foods, the good eats.
Well,
Rustle some picnic baskets.
Well, Alaska, you walk up and find your man Yogi hanging out in the middle of the trees, sniffing around like he's expecting to find buried gold somewhere. And what do you say to him?
Quick question. What type of hat are you wearing, Yogi? Very important question.
It is a good question. I didn't look into hats.
Okay, well...
Roll a D8.
D6. Oh, yeah, D8 for hats.
Let's see. Grab my D8. So a 4.
Flat cap.
A flat cap.
Flat cap.
I don't even know what that looks like. Anyways, not the point. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. It is super important, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Yogi.
Hey, Alaska.
You've had a pretty good year. No forest fires and all-you-can-eat picnics. I see you got a pretty good thing going on up here.
It's true. I've seen a lot of people come by the national parks recently. Rainier's been pretty busy because people can't go anywhere else, so they're able to go outside and mill around. Managed to find some good picnic baskets and scare a couple people.
Well, that's cool. Being up in the mountains, have you gotten rusty with your hacking skills? Come on.
No, I think I've probably gotten better. I normally try to go in and check the emails of the park rangers and stuff and see what they're up to or where they're going to be roaming around just so I can avoid them. So I managed to keep on my toes and keep them on theirs.
Nice. I heard they got drones up here now. Have you been able to hack into one of those? That has to be pretty cool.
I'm working on it. There's a couple of different, like every time I find ways to get into the drones, there seems to be a new drone that I have to figure it out, but I'm doing my best, try to find the ways to get into each individual one, and it's kind of how I scout out where I'm going to go next, just see where everybody is, and I'm able to use the drones to kind of see what's going on with their food situation, and that's where I plan my day.
Well, that sounds amazing. Well, can you be down on the I-10, kind of by, I assume, California?
Yeah, they're leaving from California. And the I-10, if you don't know, goes across the southern United States, east to west.
Okay. So, I had an old friend tell me about quite the job. I think you're the guy, or I think you're the bear.
I am a bear. I-10 sounds familiar. I think it might be near Joshua Tree. So I used to hang out at Joshua Tree a little bit. Too hot for me, but that's why I came up here.
Well, we'll be down there soon. So, dress for the weather. I heard you started wearing a tie. Yeah, it'll be too hot for a tie.
Well,
right.
I'll just wear the collar then.
All right. See you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
All right. So are you going to take Yogi with you to pick up Shine, or are you going to go by yourself?
Well, can I jump in a little bit? Because I think they should both come down, because I actually see Shine as living down in LA.
All right. Cody, whatever you said last, I didn't hear. I think you were muted or something.
Okay. So yeah, and then if Shine's in LA, then you can come.
All right. So Shine, what do we find you doing?
So you're looking around for me, but I am on Muscle Beach, baby. Nobody else is there because of the lockdowns. So I've snuck in, climbed over the fence, and I'm, doing my best to work out my bod. In amidst being chased away by locals with brooms. So but they haven't found me today. They haven't come out and seen that I'm there working on my flex.
Well, they can tell that you're a bear even through that fez.
Yes. Well, I mean, people aren't supposed to be in there using that stuff, so they'd chase anyone away. It just so happens that I'm also a bear.
Fair enough.
I mean, I wouldn't interrupt anyone if they went to the gym with a fez on, to be honest.
Well,
I would not talk to that guy.
This isn't just a gym. This is specifically Muscle Beach.
Muscle Beach, yeah.
Down in Venice. If we're gonna be getting off if we're gonna be hitting the 10, we might as well start at one end and just go. Because there ain't much on the 10.
That is correct. It goes through.
Boy, howdy do I know.
It goes through a whole lot of desert and a whole lot of flat country.
I have done that Austin to LA trip on the 10.
I have as well.
Oh. But yeah, so I'm there, I'm pumping iron, I'm working them bells, kettlebells, cowbell, dumbbells.
Up roll Alaska and Yogi, who, despite being a grizzly bear, is the hacker while you are the muscle.
Yeah, well, no, I'm also about... Oh, crud, I lost my place for this. So I'm actually really short.
Yeah, Sun Bear's not the biggest bear. I think you're still bigger than the honey badger, but...
Well, no, I'm bigger than the honey badger, but a honey badger isn't technically a bear.
It's bear adjacent.
Yeah, it's more... It's a mucilid. So I'm a little more than 5 foot tall, So Yogi's kind of towering over me. Alaska's a little short, about half my height. I'm working on them muscles. I'm working on my guns.
You're the muscle the way Joe Pesci was the muscle in Casino.
Oh, if I had ever seen Casino, I could work with that.
It's more about the crazy than the size, is what that comes down to.
That's the second time we've brought up Casino on.
Is it
on this show? I think I finally need to sit down and watch it.
But see, that's part of why I'm incompetent. Is I'm actually pretty laid back. So bringing the crazy is just.
Fair enough. All right.
Hey, what up, guys?
All right. So I walk up slowly and I say, Yogi, all right, just follow my lead. And I trot over on all fours, and I pick up a nice 5-pound weight, and I start pumping it, just really focusing in. Honey badger, not the biggest animal in the world. I'm like, wow, you're really tearing it up. You think you can show me a thing or two?
Hex yeah. What do you want to see? You want to see this gun? Or do you want to see this gun? or I stand, I get up from my bench, get up to my full 5 foot, maybe 1 or 2 height, and just puff out my chest so you can see my big orange patch of fur. I'm trying to make myself look real big.
Yeah. As I say, well, that probably impressed me if it wasn't me. It's Alaska, you filthy animal. And I give him a smack on the leg because I can't reach his butt, so I have to hit his calf.
Well, no, I'm just trying to show you how to be, how to be cut.
Yeah. I see still rocking the fez. You got a good thing going here. How's the food around these parts?
It's all right if you like this sort of thing. I do, but
yeah.
I mean, I usually eat a little further north and east, but I wanted to get my weights on today.
Yeah, I hear it. I heard there's been quite the natural disaster around these parts, kind of limiting the goods.
That is true. That is true. So there's a lot less rummage for me to find around here, and the competition is getting tough with the coyotes, cougars,
Which
the
kind of
mountain
cougar?
lions, the raccoons.
Both kinds.
Especially on Muscle Beach.
Yes.
So,
I got some range here.
Yeah. So, I'm here to present an idea here. I know it must be slim pickings on here. I'm talking that good stuff. That Honey. You know what I'm saying? You looking?
I hear what I'm going to pick up what you're putting down.
Yeah. The real thick, viscous stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's the good stuff. It's really viscous.
It's called HoneyCon. With COVID and that legend. Yeah. The word is it's mobile now. And we're going to hit it.
It's
and I need you.
Where? Is it like a food truck or something?
I think we still got to figure that one out. All I know is it's leaving soon from here on the I-10. And we're going to walk away rich as bears.
Well, I'm hoping we're driving away as opposed to walking, because that's a bit of distance there.
I'm not from here. I don't even know where the I-90 is. Or I-10 is.
Not far from each other, actually.
It's true.
So, at this point, if everyone's in, Alaska, your flip phone's going to ring. And it's your buddy with more information about the con. He says different vendors are going to have displays on different trucks, which people will be able to board at various truck stops as the convoy travels. These trucks are big Mack trucks that, from the outside looking at them, they just look like cargo containers, but inside is HoneyCon. So they'll be in a big convoy, but they're going to be joining one by one to throw people off. So until it gets moving, there's not one central place where you can hit them. In order to get as much honey as possible, you're going to have to get into at least 3 or 4 of these trucks. Most importantly, somewhere in the center of the convoy, there is going to be a very large red striped truck that contains a special prize. It's called Mega Honey. It is ultra dense and produced by a rare species of bees that only exist deep in the jungles of Guatemala. It's so thick that you have to cut it with a knife. And it is the king of all honeys. Most bears go their entire lives without ever even seeing any. But it's going to be there. And you guys can get it if you play your cards right. So he gives you all the details of location and everything. And then it's up to you guys to decide how you're going to hit the convoy.
Yeah. Okay. So we gotta hit it while it's on the road, obviously. Mr. Hacker Man, or Hacker Bear, I should say. What are you thinking? What did you learn on those mountains secluded from everybody?
I'm sorry, there are two more details I need to tell you about.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, it's my fault. I forgot to say it. You need to know about the security features of the convoy, in addition to the utmost secrecy. Oh yeah, the old bear is going to get 20% of the take. But in addition to the utmost secrecy, the security features include armed guards on every truck. And the guards are the truckers, in addition to people that they have in the back who are also truckers with guns. Inside the trucks and possibly on the outside, you're not sure, there are going to be CCTV cameras recording everything, with guards in one of the trucks that is acting as a security station, able to monitor all the cameras. So that's the detail.
Sounds complicated.
Can a bear drive? I'm sure I've seen a bear operate a motor vehicle. I've seen Yogi do it at least twice.
Yeah,
I've
there's
driven some golf carts for
seen
sure.
eye bears that drive for old men that can't see very well. What, you've never watched Gravity Falls?
Okay. So, that being said, Yogi, what do you think is most important that we do first as far as the hacking side goes?
I mean, if we know that they have closed circuit TVs, then getting in there, or at least getting an edge to all that kind of visual, is probably going to be our biggest benefit to finding out exactly where what we want is. And we might be able to get our eye on that candy cane prize.
Okay.
So for the purpose of moving the game along, I want to remind you guys about the flashback mechanic of this game. First of all, for our viewers who may not know the game at all, you'll see that I've put some markers up on the screen here. Each character has two stats, criminal and bear. You will use your bear stat for anything you want to do that directly involves being a bear, like being strong, being terrifying, mauling someone, running, climbing, bear things. For everything else that you want to do, you're going to roll your criminal stat. So when you are frustrated and your plan fails, we move 1 point from criminal to bear. When something goes off without a hitch, we do the opposite. We move 1 from bear to criminal. If your bear stat reaches 6, you go crazy, feral bear, and eventually get caught by animal control. If your criminal stat reaches 6, you are lured into a life of crime and betray the party. So the way that you succeed is you roll a d6, and if the result is equal to or less than the stat that you're rolling, then you succeed. So for that reason, you want the stat to be higher so it's easier to roll under it. But you don't want it too high or you lose. So there are ways that you can voluntarily move a point back and forth. If you eat honey, if you eat a unit of honey you get to move a point from criminal to bear. And if you do a flashback, you get to move a point from bear to criminal. So the way a flashback works is you just call for it, tell me that you're doing a flashback. And then much like in a heist movie that you may have seen, we will flash back to a previous point in the story when you planned for the exact moment that you are now facing. So using this mechanic, you may feel free to have allies jump out of nowhere, have weapons that you didn't mention suddenly be in your pocket. It's whatever you need to do, that's how you can make this flashback work. The other great thing about this flashback mechanic is you don't need to know every detail of your plan right now. We can get into the story, we can get to the meat and potatoes, and when I throw you guys a curveball, you can throw one back at me. So that is how all of that works. So mostly, all I need to know is, how do you guys start off? What's the first thing you do, knowing that this convoy is heading out?
What if we parachuted? First thing.
Okay, absolutely.
So we're gonna hire a skydiving firm to fly us up over the I-10 where the convoy is converging, and we're gonna parachute out.
So close. We're gonna find a skydiving company that had 3 buyers, people that were gonna jump out of the airplane, and then we're gonna scare them off by being wild bears. But because the pilot is already in the chair, he doesn't check. He just feels that 3 people got on, and he calls it good. He's like, "All right,
that works."
we go.
You have a terrifying bear.
Yeah, like that. I mean, it's a sound plan as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Okay. So the best place where you guys are going to be able to pull a stunt like that is going to be after the convoy gets out of LA. Now again, they're not really a convoy until other trucks start to meet up. Multiple trucks have to converge. So you're probably going to be around... I'm actually looking at a map of the real I-10 right now. But you're probably going to be Inland Empire, pretty far west in California. In fact, Joshua Tree was mentioned earlier. I'm going to say that the full convoy is not in force until they are passing just south of Joshua Tree National Park. There are skydiving companies available around Joshua Tree, as you would expect, near a big nature-y area. So you may enact your plan without too much trouble. You gotta jump out of a plane next, fellas. What are you trying to land on?
The back of one of the trucks.
Anything soft?
You may not have luck with
A lot
that.
soft.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You guys are able to get the plane, you're able to get the pilot to fly directly over the convoy, preferably traveling the same direction as the convoy, and you're able to jump out. I'm going to call this actually a criminal roll.
Well, yeah.
To land.
What, you've never heard of the skydiving bears?
Bear activity.
Well, I mean, I considered bear as it's essentially an athletics thing, and bears are where your toughness comes from. But no, this is not bear shit.
Definitely criminal.
It's criminal. So yeah, I'll go one by one and see how well you land. Shine, roll your criminal.
2, baby.
All right, you land successfully on one of the trucks. Alaska, how about you?
I got a 5.
Yes.
Alaska, you have failed to land on a truck. So here's what happens. You miss your landing because you don't actually miss the entire truck, but you're moving so fast forward, that you actually overshoot it. Your feet hit the top and you run right off the front of it. The driver of the truck, fortunately, is fiddling with his radio and doesn't see, but you crash into the back of the truck ahead of you. And go ahead and give me a bear check to see if you're able to hang on.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
All right, you are able to hang on.
Wait. Oh, wait, yeah, because I got the numbers inverted.
Yeah, you got to roll low for this, yeah. Yogi, Grizzly Bear, are you able to land? Roll me a criminal check.
I rolled a 3.
All right.
Nice.
Shadows of Manarconia, am I right? Yeah, it's all dudes, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I asked Sarah to come on. She didn't want to. In fact, we asked 2 different Sarahs to come on, and they both said no. So there you go. We're not being exclusionist. Okay. Anyway, so you land successfully on a truck. Watch the Cape Bears. You land successfully on a truck, and you are on a different truck than the one Shine is on, which is a different truck than the one Alaska is hanging off the back of.
So,
can I see either one of them? Like, am I in the middle? Am I in the back?
You guys can all see each other. You are all, I'm going to say you're all in the back of the convoy.
So, about how big is this convoy now? Like, we got the full convoy going?
There are, you can't see them all from where you are now because there's so many. There were about 25 giant semi-trucks that you could see from the plane.
Okay. So what I would like to do, assuming we're gonna try and get to this CCV truck, and also hoping that the CCV truck is devoid of honey, I'd like to use my ability to sense honey to sense for that negative truck that does not have honey on it.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be a common tactic in our games, isn't it?
Oh, I'm ripping Sarah off just blatantly here.
Looking for the negative space. All right. Yeah, so you're going to get, because you're using your special skill, you're going to get to roll 2 dice and take the lower.
Yeah, I forgot I had skills.
3.
Yeah, you each have 1 skill. 3, all right. So you have successfully sensed the honey, and you know where it's not. I'm going to say you can't sense the honey past a reasonable range. I'll say, a few trucks that you can see, but up ahead of you, just at the edge of where your sniffer points, you're pretty sure there's no honey in the truck about 5 trucks ahead of you.
So is Yogi, are you behind me?
Yogi is next to you. The trucks are in adjacent lanes.
Okay. So I turn to Yogi and indicating that the truck, a few trucks up, is the truck with the CCV equipment in it. And maybe we should head up there to figure out, to break in and get a better idea of the lay of the land.
All right. Remember, Shine and Yogi, you are both incompetent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure we're both on top of that.
I'm in
Alaska. Yeah, Alaska is in sight of you. You're behind where he is hanging onto his truck.
Yeah. And we should probably pick up Alaska along the way.
All right.
So where's Alaska in relation to the truck that we assume has the CCTV in it?
Alaska is just barely ahead of you, so I guess 4 trucks behind the truck with that might have the CCTV in it. None of the truckers are bears. All of the people.
They could be bears.
Okay, none of the truckers are non-humans.
This is why you gotta participate in chat, guys.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I don't know if you're on the Twitch there, Matt, but there's a lot going on in the Twitch chat. So, yeah, 4 trucks ahead of Alaska, 2 trucks or 5 trucks ahead of Shine and Yogi. In order to get there, you are going to have to leap across the trucks, Fast and Furious style.
Yep. All right.
I mean, do we have to do that, or can I like terrify the driver of my truck to get him to speed up?
Hey, you
and
know
catch
what?
up
So
to the
if these
other truck?
trucks are like kind of pole positioning, could I actually like climb down on the side of one and like hop over to the one of the ones adjacent and use that to kind of leapfrog up?
That's all. Those are both good ideas. They're both better ideas than what I said, more creative. But however, hanging onto the side of a truck is going to increase your likelihood of being seen. In fact, it is time at this point for Alaska to roll a criminal check to avoid being seen by the driver of the truck behind him.
Oh no.
You've been hanging there a bit.
Well, I've been waiting my turn.
You can jump in any time. We're not in a turn order.
All right. Well, I rolled a 2.
All right, so you're successfully hiding. That was very good.
I wanted Yogi to resolve his thing, and then I was gonna jump in.
All right. So yeah, Yogi, resolve your thing. You're gonna try and scare your truck driver to pull up.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a good idea.
All right.
But I thought maybe we could get Shine to hop onto my truck first, and then I would see if I could just like careen us both towards the other truck at high velocity.
All right. Are you gonna go along with that plan, Shine? You guys.
I think we should both try our own respective plans at the same time.
I think that would be
I
awesome.
think that would work even better.
Okay. So, in order to do that, do you want to jump onto the side of the truck that Yogi's about to speed up, rather than jumping on top of it with him? Jump on his truck, but on the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that like cling to the side thing.
Okay.
Because sun bears are really good climbers.
So roll me a bear check for that jump.
Come on, bear. 3.
Success. Yogi, roll me a bear check to frighten the driver and describe how you do it.
Real quick, Yogi, this is your special skill, so you should be rolling 2 dice and keeping the lower.
That's correct.
What?
So the lower is a 3.
Excellent.
So I would say that I just kind of like make my way up to the truck, and I just kind of like lean from the window so that the driver can see me, and I just kind of knock on the window.
And he turns and looks at you.
Then I just kind of like wave my giant grizzly paw and just scream as loud as I can
Oh God!
so that he knows that I'm there.
He is terrified. He goes for his shotgun, and he's so scared of you that he drops it on the floor and just floors it and tries to. But you guys, the 2 of you, did well, so we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Alaska.
I'm sorry, I know you've said it a couple times. Am I ahead of them on a different truck in the lead? Is that true?
Yeah, you're ahead of them, not in the lead, but ahead of where they are. Yes, and they're actually gonna be pulling up near you as their driver speeds up.
You ready for me to ruin everything? 'Cause
Yes.
It's about to happen.
Yes.
Go ahead and
Okay.
do that, bud.
Flashback.
Okay.
Remember my days as a honey badger. As a lad, I fought a porcupine out in the savannah. The savannas of Washington somehow.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
there somewhere. I don't know where, but they're there. And I took from that battle a quill, and I always kept it stuck into my fur and like is suffused with my skin. I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna use my special ability of Carnage to just destroy one of the tires on this truck I'm on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're gonna go down instead of up and throw this quill at the tire?
Yeah. I'm gonna go down, and then I'm just gonna go crazy on this thing. I actually imagined me biting it, and then a honey badger surviving that because honey badgers are like indestructible.
All right, roll your bear check with 2 dice and take the lower.
Okay, I rolled a 1 already, and then a 2. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was destined.
All right, you throw that quill. You're still on the back of the truck, but you climb down to the bumper, hang off the bumper, throw the quill forward into the back tires. And it's one of those big trucks where they got 2 tires stacked side to side. But you manage to throw this quill in such a way that it hits one and gets bounced into the other. Both of the tires on that axle go out. And the truck starts going. You, because of the fishtailing of the truck, have the option of staying on, jumping to the truck behind, or jumping to the truck to your right, which is the one Yogi and Shine are on.
We're gonna reunite. So let's go with that one.
All right.
Steve?
Yes, sir.
Should Alaska's criminal have gone up by 1 for that flashback?
Yeah, it should have. Thank you. And it's going to go up again if he makes a bear check to get onto your truck.
Oh snap! I just missed. I got a 2.
All right. All right, you guys are doing well on criminal here. So you are now all on the same truck. Alaska and Shine hanging on the side of it. Yogi on top. The truck that Alaska has just vacated has swerved off to the side of the road and stopped. The truck that you guys are on is swerved less dramatically because the driver's doing it on purpose to try and shake Yogi off the roof. Yogi, I assume you have gone back up out of the driver's line of sight, yes?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. So what will you guys do next?
I want to try and advance forward on the cab of the truck to a point where I can hop over to another truck further forward in the convoy.
Okay. Yeah, you're able. I'm not going to make you roll bear for every single jump, but if your intention right now is to leapfrog all the way to that one you're aiming for, why don't we do 1 bear check for that?
Okay, that is my intention.
All right.
Come on, bear. Bear. 4, I totally whiff it.
All righty.
I should have looked up what fucking sun bear's noise is.
That's probably accurate-ish. So you make the first couple jumps, but when you go to make the third jump that you need to make in order to reach this truck, this is a jump that would put you on the truck, like the penultimate truck. So you try to make it, but that driver hits his brakes, and instead of getting onto the side of the cargo area, you smack right into his driver's side window. Yeah, and you're hanging on the outside of his door.
Yogi.
Yep. Yogi, go ahead and make your bear roll to see if you can do the same. I assume you're trying to also jump trucks, is that correct?
So I was just hoping that I would just get over to that other truck. Is there a satellite or anything that we can see on what we assume is the CCTV truck? I mean, have we confirmed that that's the case, even though it's just devoid of honey smells?
You have not confirmed it through any other means, no. There are antennas on the truck, but there are antennas on all the trucks.
So no distinguishing.
I'll tell you what, Hacker Man, roll a criminal check, and perhaps you will be able to tell the difference between a transmitter and a receiver, because all the trucks with cameras are transmitters, and all the truck with the monitors is the receiver. What you got?
So I got a 1.
Okay. You can confirm that the truck Shine identified is the only one receiving video signals from the other trucks.
So then, yeah, I would like to make my way up there. I mean, Is the truck still moving faster than the other trucks around it? Is it going to catch up to the other one so I don't have to have as much luck getting to this truck?
Yeah, you. I mean, your luck is going to be determined by your bear score. You did actually just get your. No, you. You succeeded, so that's gonna stay in criminal there. But you're gonna have to just roll bear to see if you can make the jumps. Unfortunately, your bear score is low, but what are you gonna do?
It's okay. That'll balance them out.
Yeah, if you fail, you're gonna get another bear point.
So I do have another 1.
Okay, so you succeed, and you actually make it all the way to the truck in question. So your hacker is at the CCTV security room truck. Just
we
needs
need
to
an
get
eye on this hacker right now because I think he's about to betray us.
He might be close to it.
I'm just as likely to betray you right now.
No.
I'm going to say that the minor success of jumping to the correct truck doesn't count necessarily as something worth moving a point for. But Alaska, what's up with you? You're still on the original truck that the three of you were on together.
Yeah, the driver's pretty shook about this, right?
Yeah.
About is he holding a shotgun?
You can't tell. You're hanging on the side of it.
Okay, does
He did drop it earlier though.
He dropped it to the floor of his cab, but you didn't see that, and you probably don't know what happened.
we all have our like AirPods in. We're communicating.
Are you giving me a flashback right now?
Is that gonna make me more bear or more?
That'll make you more criminal.
Then I cannot do that right now.
Then you don't have earpieces, bud.
All right. So what I will do, so like some of those cargo containers have little like diamond-shaped squares that look like they open. I never know if they do.
Yeah,
Either
I
way,
think I know what you mean.
Diamond-shaped. Anyways, I bust into that. I bust into that.
So you're trying to break into the truck that you're already on.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a bear check.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, you successfully break through the side of the truck. There is a diamond shape marking on it. It does not open intentionally, but you bear it right the hell open and go through to find yourself in a very unexpected situation. There's carpet. There is drywall up. This place just looks like a room, and there are 3 different stalls from different honey manufacturers giving out samples and pamphlets about their honey to the people who have boarded this truck since the last stop.
Ooh, get some of those samples.
So the key is you act like you belong.
Yeah.
Right? So me and my cowboy hat, I walk up and I go, "Howdy, partner." Except I can't say that, so I just make like weird like wheezing sounds because I don't think honey badgers growl. I think
Well,
they like.
you can try to mangle out something like human speech using your bear mouth. That is in the rules.
Yeah. And I look and I tip my hat and I just take 2 samples.
All right. You may roll criminal to see if you get away with that. I'm going to say that your bursting through the wall was successful because you came down behind the drywall and were able to sneak in around it. Yeah, what was your criminal roll for passing yourself off as a human?
1 again.
You rolled a 1. All right. Yeah. So for all of this, we're gonna. Oh man, that's a criminal roll. So
well,
that means
I think I'm about to eat 2 things of honey anyways, so I think I'll be.
You'll end up moving 1 over. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna eat both of them right now?
Yeah.
So one of them is gonna balance out the fact that you would have just had another point in criminal, and the other one puts you back to even.
Yeah.
All right. So you are now in a truck full of honey. But it's not the special honey. It's not the mega honey.
It'll all be mine when I kill them. Anyways, can you pass someone else? I have to step out for just a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We are going to Yogi right now. In fact, Yogi, you are on the roof of the truck with the monitors.
Well, I was hoping that Alaska would share some of his honey wealth, but honey badgers don't care about the rest of us.
That's correct.
Let's see. Is there any kind of weird door on the side of the back of the truck or anything, or is it just like the large, normal 18-wheeler? Just trying to figure out how I can get in.
There is a door on the side, and there are the main doors on the back, the double doors that open up. You suspect, if you're going to look around, you suspect that there might also be a door between the back of the truck and the cab.
Okay.
Which would be kind of like on a train stepping between cars, but that's where that is.
Sure.
However, you are a grizzly bear, and that one might not be right for you.
Well, I have a girlish figure. I've been eating healthy on the at the national parks.
Well, that's about to go out the window.
Yeah, everybody's trying to be a better person during the pandemic, so it's all about quinoa and kale.
No, it isn't.
Just on the off chance that this will work, can I kind of like lean my way down to where the door is on the side and see if maybe the door is unlocked?
Yeah, you can try that, and you in fact discover that the door is unlocked. You are big enough that you can reach the handle without coming over the side. But you will have to do a bear check to actually open it and get in the door from on top of the moving truck.
Right. So I rolled a 5.
Well, you fail. You reach down and attempt to swing the door open. You've already tested the knob and it turned, but when you try to pull it open, you discover something inconvenient. Wind resistance wants to keep the door closed. So with your grizzly bear strength, you pull the door into the wind, and then the truck, which is going 65, the wind passing by just slams it shut real hard. And the act of opening and slamming the door alerts the guards inside, and you begin to hear them yelling.
Can I understand what they're yelling?
Unfortunately, no. The wind blowing past your ears is too loud, and also you're a bear.
Ooh, what's going on with me on the front of this cab?
Okay, so you are on the door of the cab of the truck that's like to the right and behind where Yogi is. So when you landed there, the driver saw you and started reaching for his gun. What do you want to do?
I want to rip the door off.
Okay.
And punch the driver.
And punch the driver. Roll bear for me, please.
I think the correct term is maul.
Yes, it is. With that one.
All right. So you rip the bear off, or you rip the door off, and you maul him. Are you in fact going to kill this man?
No, I just kind of want to knock him out his door.
You want to knock him out the passenger door? You're on his door. You're on the driver's side.
Not against.
Yeah.
Whichever door I didn't rip off, I want to knock him out of the. Or if I'm on the driver door, then yeah, I just want to like boop him with my claws and then just pull him out and let him go on the road.
Oh,
Okay.
you are killing him.
Yeah, he's dead.
He might not die.
Yeah, well,
He might not die.
he will die without medical attention. Let's put it that way. You get the door off, and then you throw the guy out. But we're going as I said earlier, Fast and Furious rules here. So if it doesn't physically stop one of the trucks, it's not a problem. Nobody sees it or pays any attention to it. So you get inside, and you are now at the wheel of the truck.
Yep, I'm gonna try and drive this truck I'm gonna try and maneuver this truck in such a fashion that it pulls up, that gives Yogi a better vantage point for getting into the truck, into the trailer he's trying to get into.
Okay.
Can Shine see out of the windshield since he's 5'0"
Yeah, because the driver was also pretty short, so the seats adjusted relatively well.
And I find some boxes nearby to get on my paws.
Oh, you don't need to. This is a long distance truck. It's got cruise control. All you need to do is not hit the brake.
You don't even need to steer. It's a straight road for forever.
So, Shine, give me a criminal check to see if you can drive a truck.
Yep. 2.
You have successfully driven a truck, and because of all of the things you just did of moving that point over to criminal, you are now next to the security truck with Yogi on its roof.
I'm gonna shout over. I'm gonna roar over to Yogi to get into that thing. Use me as leverage.
Yep.
Or something.
I would like to sleuth.
Okay. In what fashion?
So, how many humanoids are on this are in this truck, and where are the cameras?
Okay. So, roll criminal to see if you can spot all the cameras and remember the numbers.
I rolled a 1 again.
Okay, well done. So there are CCTV cameras in each corner of the ceiling. So front left and right, back left and right, pointing inwards. You guess that if they're all this way, then each truck has 4 significantly sized blind spots. Not right under a camera, but where the view angles of the cameras leave a little triangle against each wall where they can't quite see.
Oh, sorry.
And then also on the outside, you noticed similarly placed cameras pointing around the truck. So you were probably on camera climbing in.
Oh well. How big of a blind spot could I make if I broke a camera?
If you broke a camera, then standing under the camera opposite would be a pretty big blind spot.
Okay. So I imagine, like, if I break a camera, there's a spot where I can just hide, like, behind, like, some drywall. And if someone comes by, I just, like, garrote them, but as a honey badger.
Okay, yeah, there are about a dozen people inside this truck, including 6 who are working the 3 booths and 6 who are guests.
Okay. So yeah, since I'm unhinged.
I'm sorry. There are also 2 big tattooed sleeveless guys with leather vests and shotguns and beards. They are your trucker security guards.
Okay. Are they patrolling or are they stationary?
They're just stationary. You've already walked away from the source of the noise when you entered. One of them is kind of looking around, trying to figure out that noise. But as I said, you came in behind the drywall of this little false room that they built inside the truck. So he hasn't found the source of the noise yet.
So yeah, criminal activity. I'm gonna break the camera. And then if this is like any other like heist game I've played, they're gonna send someone to go inspect the camera I've broken. Yeah. And at that point, I will garrote them.
Okay. So roll criminal.
Oh man, I really need this one to work. I rolled a 6. Is that
That's really bad. You break the camera successfully, but you do not do it without being seen by the other camera. Because remember, they're in opposite corners, so if you're breaking this one can see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you get seen. The consequences of that are not immediate, but I am going to move a point from criminal to bear.
Okay.
Because the only people watching the cameras are in the other truck, the consequences are not immediate. So you have a broken camera, and if you want to get behind the drywall near it, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. I will wait now for some other people to do stuff.
All right. Let's see. Yogi, Shine has pulled his truck up near you somehow. He can get as close to your truck as you want him to. So what are you gonna do?
So I would say that at this point I want to kind of step over to the cab of the truck and get in like the passenger side.
Okay.
So that we can kind of slow down to a point where I can get at that door a little bit easier.
Okay. So that we're on the same page, I think we're not all the time. Let's see. This black marker is the security truck.
Okay.
Pointing that way, right? Pointing down. And this pink marker is, in fact, I'm going to flip this around because you guys are looking at it from a different angle than me. So this is the security camera truck, and this is the truck that Shine is driving. So you see this is in the right-hand lane. If you're going to be in the passenger side, you're going to be on the opposite side of it from the security truck.
And then where's the door on the security truck?
The door is on this side. So the door is in between the two trucks, basically.
Okay. So in that case, I will stay on top of the cab. Since I'm a large bear, I'll stay on top of the cab and then just try to get that door open again.
Okay.
So that it can be, maybe I'll just rip it off.
There you go.
So that I don't have to worry about it slamming shut. I was picturing it opening the other way.
Give me a bear check, Yogi.
So Yogi rolls a 5.
Oh, you actually do not get that door off. But you try to yank it off, but the wind resistance keeps yanking it out of your hand and slamming it shut again.
So I would, I guess I would communicate with Shine since he's the muscle. Maybe he can rip this off a little bit better than I can. We can start making some headway here.
So this is terrible. This is a terrible plan. I love it. So what I want to do is try and drive up with my driver's side ripped off door next to this door I'm trying to open.
Okay.
I'll reach out and try and open it, like have Yogi try and help me out, like unlatch it so I can open it one-handed and use the truck's momentum to counteract the wind resistance on the door.
Okay, I'm going to say that this is a criminal check because your ability to hold on to the door is innate, but your ability to drive the truck is something else.
All right, let's see how this goes. Bada boom. 5.
Well, that's both fortunate and unfortunate for you. You move a point to bear, but you crash this truck into the other truck, almost smashing your paw between the two. It's a hard smash as you just yank the thing to the right or to your left with the just untrained muscles. You have no muscle memory for using a steering wheel. It's a miracle you've come as far as you have. But yeah, both trucks start swerving all around the highway now.
Okay. So I take that as like my signal. I assume like the guard.
Oh, you're in a third truck. You don't know this is happening.
I could hear a car crash.
Fair enough. You could hear the crash. Yeah, fair enough.
So I imagine like that gets the guards stirring and moving a little more quickly, right? So they like run up to the camera? Do I have my opportunity to
One of them is going to run forwards towards the cab to talk to the driver. The other one is going to check his radio, find out about the camera, and then come over to look at it. If you want to garrote him, this is going to be a bear check.
Yes. That's what I like to hear. What comes next is going to be hilarious.
Okay.
I rolled a 3. Okay. So the man has been garroted.
He is dead. You have killed a man.
Okay. So I part of the reason I pull him, he's kind of tucked away, and I'm going to do the unthinkable. That I'm going to flashback and pull out my second hat that I totally planned on bringing. I'm going to switch from the cowboy hat to a bowler hat. So they have no idea that I'm the same honey badger.
Of course.
It's inconceivable.
Nobody could ever realize it's the same person.
Yes.
So are you now going to step out into the room, and what are you going to do with the body?
Can I like is it tucked away and like hidden kind of in?
Not really. So here's what I want to describe to you. The space between the drywall and the actual wall of the container you're in is big enough for a honey badger, not big enough for a man. So what you've done is you've probably climbed up a little bit in order to garrote him, and you're now holding him up. He's dead, and you're holding him up by his neck with the wire in the corner.
Yeah, okay. So he's wearing how big is the collar on his leather jacket? Like, could I flip it up so it's like a Dracula thing and it'd cover the garrote and tie him to like a post?
Absolutely.
All right.
So you just want to tie him up in the corner?
I tie him standing up in the corner with his arms crossed, and I put a scarf around his neck, and I take his shotgun, and I walk like I'm a guard.
Okay. With your bowler hat?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so you walk out into the middle of the room with a bowler hat and a shotgun, and the guard who ran to the cab comes back and sees you with the shotgun. He says, "Hey, I don't remember you. What happened to Jerry?" Oh, all right. Listen, I talked to the driver. He said there was some trouble with the other one of the other trucks that crashed into each other, but everything seems okay now. I don't know.
And I shrug and I walk by him, and I go to one of the stalls, and I take a sample of honey, I eat it, and I wink at him, and I say, tribute.
He gives you a thumbs up, and he eats his own piece of honey that he already had with him.
Yeah.
He looks around at the back corner and says, "Oh, hey, Jerry. There you are."
And that's all.
That is all. All right. So, Shine, you have just crashed the truck, but it is still moving, and you are still at the wheel. Yogi, you are still on top.
On top of the other truck, right?
No, he jumped. He's up on top of your cab.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, of course the truck's still moving. It's got cruise control.
Yeah, you're not going to stop it.
I don't know how. I'm a bear.
So I'm going to say, Shine, at this point, your most recent plan has faltered. Yogi, what do you want to do?
So is there any damage, or can I still try to get this door open? I was concerned that, like, the crash may have smashed it shut.
It's not. It didn't smash it shut. I mean, it did smash it shut, but it also smashed it in.
Okay.
So it's bent in, and it's barely in its frame right now. If you, at this point, were to operate the door at all, it would be to rip it off or to knock it in. It's not going to just swing normally anymore.
So I think trying to knock it in might be a great idea.
I think so.
It might be the only option at this point. So
What
I think
would
I'd
Vin
like
Diesel
to.
do?
I think Vin Diesel wouldn't have had the problem with the door in the first place. He would have willed it to non-exist. So I think I'm
Correct.
going to try to smash that door in.
So are you going to reach out with your paws and smash it, or are you going to do a full-on dive into the side of the door and hope it goes when you hit it?
So as tribute to the great Vin Diesel, I think the only way is to just like cannonball my way through that door.
I was hoping you'd say that. All right, man, roll it. Bear, obviously.
So I rolled a 1.
Yeah, you did. You go running and jumping in a flying dive off of the top of the cab of the truck that Shine is driving. You smash directly into the bent door of the other truck. You go tearing right through inside. You go skidding across the inside of the container on top of the door. And on the way in, you kill a man by smashing into him. And you hit the wall. You have each killed one man now. You each hit the wall, and he's crushed between your door and the wall. You are now surrounded by high-tech security monitoring equipment and 3 dudes with guns.
So I think at this point, I'll flashback, and when we found out about this whole thing,
I'm going to move 1 point for the flashback and 1 for the success with the door.
All right, so I'm going to flashback, and we're going to realize that a bunch of the park rangers that I've been milling around with in a variety of parks have all taken an odd job working for Honey Heist as security.
Yes.
And they all happen to recognize me as soon as I bust through, and they're just like, Yogi!
Yeah. In fact,
Nice.
wait a minute. What's the ranger's name?
From the show?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the ranger.
Oh man.
Ranger Smith. Yeah, the lead security guard is Ranger Smith. And he sees you there. He says, Yogi, what have you done?
I just kind of growl at him. I think one of the other rangers is, those old Disney cartoons with the bear, and he's got that like really high pitched voice. He's like, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's one of the other ones.
Okay.
So they just recognize me from my various adventures in the parks, and they're just happy to see me. So we give each other bear hugs, and
No, Ranger
try not to
Smith is
kill him.
not happy to see Yogi. Yogi's
Well, of
always
course he
causing
is.
trouble. He says, Yogi, what kind of mischief are you up to now? Do you realize that you've killed Ranger Ed?
I just kind of shrug at him.
Oh, Yogi. Roll criminal. We'll see if this stops them from attacking you.
Right. So I rolled a 3.
Yeah, it does. All right, well done. Shine, what are you up to? You have gotten your hacker into the security truck.
Nice.
You have lost track of your brains.
Well, as the muscle, as the main character, obviously, I get a flash of inspiration, and I want to see if any of I'm assuming I'm gonna start passing other trucks, and I want to get a whiff of those trucks and try and see. I want to deduce if any of those trucks smell of a different kind of honey than the other trucks.
You may do that. However, you were already told what to look for. The truck with the mega honey is red and white striped.
Oh, well, then I just look for that one.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say roll me a criminal check to see if you can successfully drive this truck that far and pass that many
Okay.
other trucks.
Roll on my die. Or rub on it. That works too.
Whatever you got to do, man.
No, I do not.
Okay. That's going to... you know what? At this point, I think you've gone far enough. You're going to crash this truck.
Yeah.
When you do, it swerves completely off the road into a ditch. It smashes The airbag deploys, hits you in the face. You hear a huge amount of crashing and sliding from the back where the container is. You guys have now, by the way, stopped 2 trucks. The one that Alaska threw the quill in the tire and this one. So the problem is you're with this one. You've stopped and you're not in the convoy anymore.
Well,
what do you want to do about it?
Well, can I, like, while this is crashing, I mean, it's not like I've got a door in my way. Can I try and leap out of the crashing vehicle and grab hold of one of the other trucks?
Yes, you may. Because of physics, you're going to have to leap backwards while the truck behind you comes up, and the only truck you'll be able to grab is the grill of the truck that was behind you.
Okay. Am I doing a bear check for that?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It could be criminal if you're Tom Cruise, but yeah, I think this is bear.
Well, I mean, we're about the same height. Really? No, I don't do it.
Really? What bear check did you roll?
5.
Oh, God.
You better do a flashback.
You better flashback right now. I can't, I mean, I thought with 4 you'd get it.
I'll do.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay, so I know what's going to happen if you don't do something right now to save yourself.
Well, I'm at 4 bear for the crash, and then I'm going up to 5 bear for the miss jump.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. So you miss the jump, and you actually do get to that truck, but
No. I got an idea. I'm doing a flashback.
I was going to have you go under it, but you do your thing.
No, so, okay, flashback to us at a diner in Venice. We're all having, like, you know, we've broken in and we're sipping espresso out of the little espresso cups. And a buddy of mine, one of the other, weightlifter guys from Muscle Beach comes in. And I growl at him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, no, what's up?" And I explained to him that I need his help I'm going to need his help to keep an eye out for me. So as I leap and miss this truck, this fucking hot yellow convertible Ferrari just zips under me, and I fall into the back seat. And it's my muscle dude.
Yes. What's his name?
Buff. His name is Buff.
Is he bald and speak with a gravelly voice?
No, he's got a normal voice. He's blonde, and clean shaven and kind of muscly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He wears like really tight tank tops.
I got you.
Yeah, very bearish.
Yeah.
No, if he was bearish, he'd have more facial hair.
Okay, you're right.
Like
So
he might be a bear on it, you know, but you know, we haven't gotten there. You know, I don't pry.
moving that back for your flashback. Yeah, you land in his yellow convertible, and he looks over at you and says, "What the hell were you even trying to do there?" All right, Shine, whatever you say. And he's actually gonna he will pull up next to whatever truck you want him to at this point.
Well, since he's a human and can actually drive competently,
Correct.
I'm gonna try. I want him to pull up next to the fancy red truck with the special honey in it.
All right, it only takes him a couple minutes to find it. And you, at this point, you're another 5 trucks ahead of where Yogi is with the security truck. And Alaska's like even another truck or 2 behind that. So You reach the red truck. It is. It has no doors on the side. It has no access point from the cab. There is only the back, and it is triple padlocked.
Yogi, do you have an idea? Otherwise, I have a kind of a long, convoluted plan.
I mean, I wish we were all together so that we could talk this out.
Yeah, because we don't have earbuds or nothing.
Okay, I'll do a flashback. I went and I went to the Amazon Go store and I stole some AirPods. And we have AirPods.
And now that Yogi's in the truck with all the tech, if he wants to hack into the AirPods, you guys will be able to communicate. I'm going to give you that for the flashback.
Or even then, like I feel like we've all killed enough people where we have. Nah, never mind. It's okay.
You have cell phones now.
well, like we can take their walkie-talkies, right? I don't know.
Actually, that's fair. Especially you. You have a security guy's walkie-talkie from the one you killed, and Yogi's in the security booth, so you two could communicate.
I mean, I could have the microphone thing from the CB radio.
All right. So if we're gonna do those things.
But just the microphone. I don't have the CB radio or anything.
That's fine. It's still gonna work.
You're just holding the thing. You're just
no. It's got the snapped cord coming down from it.
It was wireless. It was wireless. The cord was only there to keep it from getting stolen by a bear. So yeah, we'll say that your flashback point was for that, not for the AirPod thing. That you planned to steal radios when you got there. You are now able to communicate with each other.
Cool. So, I say, I'm about to go buck wild and take over this whole truck. Just you watch. Take care of the cameras.
Yogi, this cracks out of your radio in front of Ranger Smith and the others.
Well, then I'm just going to crack Ranger Smith, because I think Ranger Smith is really my only competition at this point. So I think I'd like to use my walkie-talkie and my giant paw, just smack him across the face, just to get him out of the way.
Roll bear for me.
Roll a 2, please.
Roll 2 or 1.
2.
And so I got a 6.
You are so disoriented from smashing through the side of this truck and then seeing your ranger buddy that you just kind of miss. You're still trying to get your sea legs under you after all that. Ranger Smith and the others back up and pull their guns.
Let's be honest. This is a giant grizzly bear. I think they're all just laughing at what just happened.
I mean, would you laugh if a giant grizzly bear attacked you but happened to miss? Would you be like, "Oh, it's time to laugh"?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm laughing now because of it.
All right, Shine, you also heard what Alaska said. What will you do? You're in your convertible still.
So I guess I'm gonna let everyone know that I'm not gonna say squat.
Okay.
Because I may be dumb muscle, but I don't need to be spreading what I'm doing all over the everywheres here.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to try and get on the back of this truck.
All right, roll bear.
Oh, good. My bear is good right now. 1.
Yeah. You make it to the truck. Again, it is triple padlocked. What do you want to do about that?
I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it. I wave to my friend and thank him for catching me.
All right.
And he takes off.
Okay, so Yogi is at gunpoint. Alaska is successfully hidden amongst a crowd of people with a shotgun. And Shine is hanging onto the back of the truck with the prize in it. It is 10 o'clock. We are going to take our 10-minute break right now. And we'll come back and finish out this honey heist in style after we use the restroom and all the other things that we do. thank you for watching. Trappy Jenkins, Yeti Hill, whoever else is in there. I think it's just those two and you guys. And anyone else watching who's not in the chat, thank you for looking at us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. It's 10 o'clock here. It'll be 10:10 when we come back. Welcome back to Honey Heist. We have Shine, our muscle, hanging onto the back of the truck that he has determined contains the ultra-dense mega honey from the especially posh bees. Yogi is inside the security truck, speeding down the highway with the door on the side ripped off and 3 Rangers aiming guns at you. Alaska, you are strolling around inside inside one of the vendor rooms inside one of the trucks with a shotgun and a bowler hat, which somehow has disguised you as one of the guards. The actual guard having been murdered and now hanging up in a very lifelike pose in the corner.
Yes. I garroted him and then used the garrote to tie him by his neck up against a post.
Yes, and you also mentioned, I assumed you had something else that you tied his arms with. His own belt, maybe.
Something.
Yeah.
Maybe rigor mortis set in.
All right.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I would like to cut back to Shine and find out how you are getting in that truck.
You said there's 3 padlocks on this thing?
Correct.
Oh, boy.
Three different locks. You've seen, those trucks where it closes like that.
Yeah.
It's like 3 of those going up, yeah.
What would be a good thing to cut through that?
Plasma
What would be
cutter.
a ridiculous thing to cut through that? Okay, so since the flashbacks seem to be a little more fluid than just sitting around a table all the time.
Yeah.
I would like to call a flashback.
Okay.
To, as we're all gathering our stuff, getting Alaska's getting like figuring out where a plane is getting prepped up for us to get dropped in, and I'm gonna go to a hardware type store and get myself an acetylene torch.
All right.
Which I conveniently now produce from behind my back.
Yeah, it was just there.
And I start slowly cut through these
Okay, great.
things that lock doors.
That's going to take you, even with the torch, it's going to take you a few minutes to cut through them all.
Oh, yeah.
Yogi, you are at gunpoint, thrice over. What will you do?
So I think at this point, I'm just going to remember all the times that Ranger Smith has wronged me, and just let that feed into my desire to just terrify him. So I think I'm going to use my skill to terrify.
Yes.
And what I'm going to do at this point, if I'm successful, is just have 2 of them at least wet themselves, and Ranger Smith probably won't live to see the end of it, but let's see how this turns out.
Okay.
So I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Oh, you
so
take
I'd
the
say
2.
My 2 is good.
Yep. You have successfully terrified. Do you want to terrify the other 2, or do you want to terrify Ranger Smith and one of the other 2?
Well, I think what's going to happen is that, like, in my desire to terrify the other 2, I'm just going to go full Revenant, like Leonardo DiCaprio and Ranger Smith.
Oh, you're going to maul them.
All right, so that is the manner in which you are terrifying them.
Yeah.
All right, so you let out a deafening roar and grab Ranger Smith, spinning him around to move his soon-to-be lifeless body between you and their guns, and then proceed to just rip him apart. Not in any not in any targeted, like, quick kill sort of way, but just yanking bits off him. He's screaming, he's bleeding, it's not pretty. Please, God, show him mercy. But no, you will not. And they actually leap out the side door.
Does he get an Oscar for his death?
No. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
That worked.
So,
that worked well.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So you've got 2 dead guards in the truck with you and 2 possibly severely injured guards who leaped out onto the road.
They're still rolling down the 10.
You now control the security booth.
So now that I control the security booth, I think what I want to do first is just kind of eyeball to see if I can find anything worth seeing on any of the cameras before I communicate with Alaska that I've got control of the cameras.
Yeah, you see all across the cameras 25 or 30 different trucks full of people enjoying various brands of honey. You see honey storage areas. You see honey shops and free gift units of honey that people are just giving away. Honey swag. There's a whole truck that's just honey t-shirts and jackets. And you see your bounty, the Mega Honey. It is cut into the shape of a giant beehive, but it is solid, ultra dense Mega Honey. You can tell by looking because security cameras are in color. It is sitting on a pedestal under a glass case in the center of this one truck. And the angle of the camera that you see it on shows the doors at the back of the truck with sparks jumping through the opening of the door as Shine is cutting the locks with his torch.
So have you informed me at this point that you're on cameras?
Yeah. So I think, what should we do now that I've got control of the cameras? I can help you terrorize your truck, or we can figure out a plan to help Shine get the bounty.
Okay. So you said it. I want to terrorize everyone on the truck I'm on. So in like those action movies where like it's just the red like blaring alarm lights?
Yeah.
Turn that on just mine.
Roll criminal.
On just the truck I'm on.
Roll criminal,
Okay.
Yogi.
All right. It's a 1, so that's done. I mean, do you want red lights or blue lights or?
I want red lights, and I want to.
Yeah.
So we should make.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is like a Christopher Nolan movie trailer with just like the one note.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah, people
So that
start running and screaming. People duck behind their little tables that they have set up. The one guard who isn't dead is standing in the middle of the room, pointing his gun around wildly, looking for the enemy. And he goes, Jerry, get out here!
Okay. At that point, I walk in and I grab a piece of honey off the table and I go, Jerry's not coming. Jerry's not coming. And I pump this shotgun and I shoot him in the back before he turns around.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna roll to see if shooting him in the back is criminal or bear.
It's criminal.
That is criminal.
What? Whatever.
I know, it could
I
go
rolled a
either way.
3.
You roll a 3. Fine, either way it's a success.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, he's going.
Okay,
You
I
have
assume
2
the
guns
driver.
now.
Okay, I hold them like Arnie.
Yeah.
Okay, little honey badger walking down with 2 shotguns. I walk into the driver and I point a gun at a civilian and I say, "You're driving now."
This is not a bus. It's a semi truck.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're driving.
Okay.
There was a way that like the guy I just shot in the back communicated with the other guy.
Yeah. There's a
Right?
little window. It's not really a door.
Well, I can make it a window, right? I got 2 shotguns.
Okay, so Alaska turns the window into a door. You're getting rid of the existing driver and putting one of the passengers in the driver's seat. Is that correct?
Yeah, essentially. And I've gotten rid of all the guns except for the gun I have. That's essentially what I'm doing.
Okay.
I have hostile takeover.
So what is? I don't quite follow. What is the purpose of getting rid of the original driver and replacing him?
A civilian's probably more compliant to a honey badger holding a gun.
Okay. So what have you done with the original driver? Is he dead?
I shot him in the face and pushed him out.
Okay. He gets run over. His dead body gets run over by all the wheels of his truck as he goes. Sorry, that's my Arconia instinct. Everything's got to be all gory.
Yeah.
Good job. You are now in control of this truck. So, you guys have achieved one of your two objectives. You've derailed two of the trucks, which means you can go back for them at any time. And you are in control of a third one. So, I told you, in order to successfully heist, you needed 3 or 4 trucks worth of honey. You've got them. Assuming Alaska hangs on to this one. The other,
Yeah.
the main prize is what Shine is trying to cut his way into right now.
My last thing, sorry. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell them to pull up next to the red truck and hold speed. I'm
Okay.
going to point, and I'm going to point the gun back at them again until they get the message.
They do it.
Okay.
It's funny that you guys are playing, bears can't talk. We did not do that at all in the game I played in. We were just like, yeah, they can talk. They wear hats, they can talk, whatever. So,
Yeah, but it's funnier if we chicken boo it.
yeah. So, Yogi, you see Alaska having done all of this. Is there anything else you would like to do while Shine is cutting that last padlock?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to Alaska and just tell him, like, hey, Alaska, if you can keep that truck just behind, so that they can't see you coming up. I'm gonna flashback to Yogi sitting in a theater room in a national park watching Independence Day, and it's the part where Brent Spiner's like slammed up against the glass, and the alien's kind of moving his vocal cords and getting him to talk.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do that with the walkie-talkie to the dead body that's behind the door, so that I can convince the driver of the red and white truck that, like, hey, there's a bunch of stuff going down. You may want to slow down and maybe pull off to the side and let all this run its course.
All right, so the red and white truck starts losing speed as you cut through that last padlock. Shine, you are through. You open the door at your leisure.
I do. What do I see inside?
You see a flat white room with floor, walls, ceiling, all white. There is a pedestal in the center with the previously described honey or beehive-shaped piece of ultra honey in the glass case. You see all sorts of cameras in the upper part of the ceiling, and there are lasers. They're going all around and moving.
Okay. We're just like a lot of lasers.
Just like a net of lasers. We're talking
Okay.
like, what's that Catherine Zeta-Jones movie from the 90s?
Oh, entrapment.
Yeah, it's that kind of laser grid.
But it's that kind of laser grid, but not like a Resident Evil laser grid.
I'm not familiar with that one. It's a sensor lasers, not cut you in half lasers, if that's what you mean.
Okay. No, that's Resident Evil was the cut you into bits laser.
Okay.
Okay.
They are alarm lasers. Yogi, you couldn't see the lasers. They're not visible on camera, but Shine, you can see them.
He had an aerosol can with him, and he just...
Well, there's just dust in the air. You guys are on the I-10.
So can I turn them off?
You can try rolling criminal.
You can
I'm,
hacker
I'm
man.
gonna, I'm gonna radio back to Yogi.
That means
To,
turn off the lasers.
See if you can turn off the lasers.
I like to imagine all the security guards hearing just bear noises on their radios going, what's wrong with this thing?
So I rolled a 5. It looks like.
That is a success.
Oh yeah.
You successfully deactivate the lasers. I'm good. I really ought to move that point over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah.
You have fallen into a life of crime. You are addicted to hacking and murdering.
Like every other bear.
Yeah, it is. You are now.
Dang it.
You now have lost all sense of loyalty to your comrades, and you will do what benefits you.
Dang it. I was hoping to get there myself in a little bit.
Well, Yogi, it would have gone better for everyone if you'd failed that roll, but you're now the traitor.
So
all right, we'll come back to Yogi and find out in what manner he traits. But Shine, the lasers are off for now.
Yeah, then I'm hustling up to get that. So this pedestal, is it like a thick pedestal? Is it a thin pedestal?
Oh, I'll say it's 2 feet square.
Then, I mean, so yeah, that's not something I can just snap off and take with me. So, like this glass container thing, can I try and like lift it off? Does it remove, or is it like latched on?
It is latched on. It's got little screws.
And I go to smash it.
Roll bear.
You were at Ace Hardware. Why didn't you just buy a drill?
Because I got
He's the
an
muscle.
acetylene torch.
How much money do you think he had? He hadn't robbed anything yet.
No, I got a 3.
Okay, well, at least you will not go traitor and betray Yogi in Alaska, as you are. You have a sneaking suspicion one of them may soon betray you.
Yeah. So I guess my paw just dinks off of that. They've got like the really good stuff glass on this thing.
All right.
I'd like to call a flashback.
Do that.
I gave us all this like pouch of solvent that'll like dissolve the glass but not the honey, and you can draw a little circle and it'll dissolve the circle.
All right. Excuse me.
As the brains of the operation, I knew that we would need acid.
Of course you knew
Both
that.
kinds.
I think to use this first.
Because you're the muscle.
Smash the acid on the top of the
It begins to dissolve through.
I've been told this won't hurt the honey.
It won't hurt the honey. It does dissolve through the glass, and because you've smashed it on top, it does drip down onto the mega honey. And you see something that you didn't expect because you were told that this would not hurt the honey. But it begins to dissolve this beehive-shaped thing. It starts to melt.
I need to use my quick wits and reflexes to snatch this honey out before too much of the acid gets to it.
I'm going to call that move a bear move.
Come on, bear move. 3.
All right. Yeah, you get it out. However, now that you are touching it and holding it in your hand, you realize that the reason the acid dissolved it is because this is not, in fact, mega honey. It is a thing made of wood that is coated in honey, but it's just regular honey. It's not the ultra-dense mega honey.
Well, I'm going to lick the honey off of the regular honey off of this thing.
All right, you get a point back in bear for that.
And is there anything else in this room?
Not that you can see.
You can smell.
Not that I can see, but but is there anything that I can smell?
Go ahead and roll me your sense honey.
Nope. Double fives.
Wow.
Okay.
This acid is just getting to my nose. Why'd you give me this acid?
So at this point, Yogi, you are sitting in front of all the security monitors, and they begin to flicker. And on the screen comes Ranger Smith. And he says,
This is a pre-recorded message.
yeah, you think that at first, but he starts talking. He says, Yogi, I see that you got to the security truck. I knew nothing would keep you away from the honeycon. That's why I had my good friend, Ranger Johnson, disguise himself as me. I'm actually driving the truck that your friend has just broken into. And I have something I need to tell you. This truck doesn't have the mega honey in it. The security truck does. I am giving up my ranger lifestyle. I have become too distraught with constantly thwarting bears from stealing picnic baskets. It's not the life for me. I want to be the one eating those picnic baskets. Yogi, I'll make you a deal. I can drive that truck to anywhere you want if you'll split that mega honey with me.
I mean, I don't speak, so I kind of just like and just kind of like wave my arms around and.
He nods, and at that, Shine, you there in the back of the truck, suddenly feel the thing. It was already slowing down, but you feel the driver slam on the brakes, and the truck behind you smashes into the back, and you hear the door open.
Wait, which door?
The driver's door.
Well, I mean, since this probably threw me all the way to the front of the trailer, is there any sort of like window from this trailer to the cab?
No, this one's very secure, so you can't see the cab from in here.
Did you say it's very secure?
I sure did.
Okay.
Better have.
All right, Alaska, you're driving a truck full of honey and people. Where are you going to tell it to go? You and Shine and Yogi can still communicate. You still have the radios.
So yeah, did you hear that message technically?
No, neither of you heard that message from Ranger Smith.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna assume everyone saw what happened, and I'm gonna radio. There's no honey here. It was a ruse. It was regular honey.
I'm going to use my honey badger instincts and just go nuts. I'm taking out all these trucks until I find that honey.
All the trucks? What, you're going to drive into them?
So I point at the human, and I point at the one in like the front, and I have these shotguns, and I'm just going to start shooting out tires like a psychopath.
All right, you are able to, you know what? I'm going to say it's Bear. It's Bear to try and shoot all those tires.
Okay. Is it Carnage, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, since I'm betraying everybody, can I rewind this and like flashback and like turn off Shine's walkie-talkie so that he can't say anything to anybody?
Yeah, I'll say he got that message out before you were able to do it, but you can turn them off now.
Okay.
What did you roll, Cody?
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Okay, well, you did not. You missed every shot. You were so berserk that you couldn't aim.
Yeah, and also, I mean, don't hold a shotgun with one hand, people. It's not a good idea.
Yogi, you have turned off Shine's radio. And after a moment, you feel the truck that you are in screech to a halt as your driver slams on his brakes. And then you hear a gunshot and a thump, and the driver's door open and close. And then there's a little window that slides open, and the real Ranger Smith looks back at you and says, "Hey, Yogi, let's get out of here." And the truck begins moving and drives you away with the Mega Honey, all to yourself and Ranger Smith.
Nice.
I think at this point it's where we realize that Ranger Smith really was Boo Boo, as Yogi says, "Hey, Boo Boo."
Yes.
Yes, you are right. He pulls off his mask. And for some reason, it's Boo Boo under there.
And you pull off the imposter's mask, and it's Ranger Johnson, and you pull off that mask, and it's actually Ranger Smith.
And then underneath of it, it's Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Finally got what he deserved.
Trappy Jenkins, thank you for subscribing. Cool. So, Alaska and Shine. Shine, you're in a stopped truck. Alaska, you're in a barely in controls truck, just blasting away.
Okay. Oh, am I still alive?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay, sorry. That was weird on my end. So, as my final contingency, I call in the reserves, the Dragon Warrior himself, Poe the Panda.
He lands on top of your truck, and he leans down. He says, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, I say, I don't know. There's honey in some of these trucks. We need all of them.
He closes his eyes and does one of these. And he looks right at the security truck and says, "You're after honey, but that truck smells like mega honey."
I tell him to throw me at the truck.
All right. He grabs you, spins you around, and throws you at the security truck that has Yogi and Ranger Smith in it. You come, because he is the Dragon Warrior, his aim is flawless, and you come sailing in that open side door, landing on top of where the door is still on the floor, on top of Ranger Ed's dead body. It's actually been sliding around a little bit, and you land on it and sort of surf across it to the other side of the truck with your two shotguns pointed right at Yogi as you come in.
Well, I shoot at Boo Boo on the way in.
No, Boo Boo's in the cab. You're in the back.
Oh wait, I think I got my directions mixed up. I say, "Why'd you do it, Yogi?"
I was just looking for a picnic basket. This was the biggest one.
Turn Shine's radio back on. No one's going anywhere until we walk away with our cut.
Well, at this point, like I've climbed out of that cab that I was in, and we're stopped, like full stop.
Yeah, you're stopped. They were driving. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Poe gets on the hood and stops Ranger Smith with a well-placed strike.
So I'm gonna, since I'm trying to radio in and it's just making weird fizzle pop noises, I think I should probably head over to this security truck and see what's going on.
Yeah, you do that. It is stopped. You see Poe the Dragon Warrior on the hood, having just knocked Ranger Smith out, who is actually Boo Boo. with a well-placed strike to the face through the windshield. And yeah, if you want to go around the side, you and Poe can look in and see Alaska with 2 shotguns trained on Yogi.
The hell is going on here, guys?
We're gonna split the honey 4 ways, and Yogi's gonna walk.
Well, what's 4 ways? Is Poe involved in this?
Of
No.
course Poe's involved in this. What do you think I came for?
Oh, I mean, yes.
I mean, I like you guys. We're friends and all, but I'm here for honey.
So I think at this point we flash back to some friends of mine, and you start to hear this, and you just hear this like monstrous like thumping, and you see this this stuffed bear, Winnie the Pooh, just comes crawling in.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh,
Just
God.
comes crawling in the truck, and Tigger's just bounding behind him, and Pooh's like, "I thought I heard honey." And so they're just happy to be there, but Tigger is just bouncing all over the place, and he just gets inside that security place, and he just starts hopping around everywhere. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
Can't see anything going on.
Who is this guy? Why isn't he wearing a hat? And where's his pants?
Oh, God. Poe actually looks down and says, "Why am I the only one wearing pants?" All right. Look, I'm gonna call it here. You guys have stopped 3 trucks full of honey, and you have the mega honey. It's hidden somewhere in this truck, and you've got all the time in the world to tear it up. So, yeah, what are you gonna do with Yogi?
I'm gonna let him walk, considering I'm the only one with a guns here.
Well, yeah, that's true, but the Dragon Warrior is not threatened by firearms, as you will know if you've seen Kung Fu Panda 3.
Well, he's on my side.
Right.
Seen that, but I mean, surely those guns had, they've run out of ammo by now.
No.
No. I told you, Fast and Furious rules. All right, so Shine, are you also okay with giving Yogi his cut as planned and sending him on his way?
Yeah.
All right, Yogi, if you want Boo Boo to have a cut, you're gonna have to share your own, because I don't think these guys are gonna do it.
No.
But you guys do find the mega
Boo Boo's
honey.
a small bear, so
Yeah, one of these days
He
he's
doesn't
gonna
need
betray
much.
you too.
we'll see.
This is beautiful, guys. I conceived of this as an unofficial sequel to our previous game, and lo and behold, Yogi and Boo Boo still turned out to be the bad guys. All right.
That's more of a roll of a dice than the plan, but
Yeah.
So it goes.
So it goes. You guys did good, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That
playing.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, we are going to call this one a little early, which is fine. The story's more or less over. I mean, we could have kept having you hop around on different trucks for a while if we wanted, but you got what you came for.
Yeah.
And you are all, I'm going to go ahead and say you're all just like,
we're all bear.
yeah,
all the time.
you've gorged on honey, and you're not going to run out for a long time.
Honey.
I didn't blow anything up this session. I failed my secret objective.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We're going to call it here. We'll see you all on Friday for episode, I believe, 65 of Shadows of Arconia. And then next Monday for something. I don't know what. Tonight was supposed to be Survive the Night with Brian Crenshaw. He ended up unable to participate tonight, so that may be next week or at some point in the future. I don't think he'll be ready next week, but I know he likes doing it, so we'll see him at some point. We'll let you know on the socials what's coming up for Monday. We had a couple other options being thrown around. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you Friday. See you again Monday, and we're out.